welcome to Lisa Marvin Art. In my last video, I tried to find a new pouring medium for the bloom for myself because the Behr 8300 has changed. Now, in America, the number has changed completely and it says plus primer. In Canada, they said they weren't changing the number, but it has become more runny and it does dull the colors a little bit, which we don't want. So in my last video, I came down, I tested a bunch of paints, and out of the ones that I tested, not the 8300, I have decided upon Behr Dynasty mixed with Varathane Triple Thick and Josonja. And I'll show you, they're still kind of drying, but so this was the example of just Dynasty and Josonja, okay? It's fine, but it just didn't give me the popping cells that I was looking for. This is what happens when I added the triple thick to it. You can see there's more depth of cell, which we're looking for. So for today's experiment, what I thought I would do is mix up the exact same colors again because I'm at my cottage. That's all I brought. But why don't I try thickening up the new Behr to see if I like that better than the Behr Dynasty. So let's check it out for a second. I'm not going to make you sit through a mixing video, but I just want to show you the consistency that we're working with here. Why don't I put the camera down? That's smarter. So the key is, if you're using tube paints, having a thin base paint is okay because the tube paints will thicken it up. But because I use so many pigments, I want to make sure that my pigment pouring medium is thick enough. Now, I also have learned that I can disperse my pigment straight into the Varathane and it will disperse. So let's see what happens if I just do Varathane with the new Behr. I'm only gonna put a little bit. I don't even know if this was too much or not, but because I don't want to thin it out too much. So the Varathane is still thinner than the Behr, but barely. Get it? Okay, so let's put enough powder in here. Now this Behr does dry clear, but unfortunately, when you mix it, it does dull. And I don't like that quality because I want to know exactly what I'm getting to make sure that I put enough paint in there. Okay, so here it is. It's a nice consistency, right? Like the triple thick, also it's very hot in this room. I have no air conditioning. So I was gonna say the triple thick isn't that thick, but let's see how she does with this Behr, which you can see is so. Remember I used to bloop it in and this pours in. Oh, maybe I did too much. Let's see. We can't bloop anymore, can we? Okay, so let's see. So I'm not going to be concerned so much about the color currently because I do know. Normally I'd be like, uh-oh, what's happening? Because my old Behr was totally thin. I mean, clear. But I do know this dries clear. It's a nice consistency. And you know what? For my tube paints, I can actually mix it normally. Let's see. This is intriguing. So I'm going to do the same thing again for my other two pigments. And just a little bit. And then we'll talk about the two paints. Now, as you know, when you're mixing, or I don't know if you know, if you watch me, you know that there's not one perfect measuring for a pouring medium because pigments are different than fluid paints, which are different than tube paints. So for tube paints, obviously it thickens up the pouring medium, and for pigments and fluids, it thins it out. Okay, Remy, stop eating the table. Remy, come here. looking after Remy, the foster dog. He's very cute, but he chews on everything, and he's currently eating my table. Okay, so let's do, by the way, sorry, that was Mermaid. That was Shimmer, TLP, and TLP Ballet Slipper. Okay. Oh, he's trying to get out. Okay, thank you. Oh my God. Someone has adopted him already. Kind of happy about that, although he's the cutest, but he's a, where are you? He's a retriever, doodle, wolfhound. Okay, so now these are ready for the bear. Okay, I'm not gonna fill it up as much as I did because that was unnecessary. Okay, oops. Oops. And for the tube paints, I'm gonna pour this in first. And maybe I won't even use that much Josonja. Hold on. One more. So I'm gonna judge how much Josonja to use, depending on which paint I'm using. So we'll talk about that in a minute. Oh my goodness, what are you eating now? Get over here, come here. Okay, so consistency, oh, it does look a bit thick, huh? That's fine, let's not despair. I could always add a squirt of Josonja. Now I don't mind if my pigments are a little thick because they hold up nicely. That's a good consistency. I would say this is like a touch thick, but we're gonna leave her for now. Okay, let's discuss the paint colors. I have this Matisse Southern Ocean Blue, which is a fluid. Let's start with that first. Why don't I put it in here since I just, well, you know what? Let's be smart. Yeah. Okay. Southern Ocean Blue. And let's see what it looks like without any Josonja, right? Is this what? Just so we can compare. Because remember, adding this fluid paint thins it out, and like I wouldn't want it much thinner than this already. So we are not going to add, I haven't added any Josonja at all, and I'm not going to add any. We're going to see what happens. Isn't that fun? Okay, next I have Holcroft Pool Party. This is going to thicken up the paint a little bit because it's an opaque. Let's see how that goes. Alrighty. Again, there's no Josonja in this one, and that's a nice consistency. Okay, next we are doing Cypress Green Holbein. Now, I've done blooms before without Josonja, not in a long time. I don't think it makes that much of a difference. I guess we'll see in a minute, won't we? If it does, I could always add like a little squeeze. Maybe that's what we'll do. So no Josonja. We'll see, we'll compare this out. See, this is a bit thick, so for this one, I would add Josonja to it because it's just like a touch gloopy. Yes, we don't like gloopy paints. We do not. Okay, so we thin this out, okay? So to recap, our pigments have Varathane Triple Thick and the Behr. Our thinner paints only have Behr, and the thicker tube, I put a splash of Josonja. I'm looking forward to testing it out. Let's see. Okay, let's get our pillow down. I hope it hasn't thinned out too much. Okay, I'm using Pure White by Sherwin-Williams. This is an 8-inch. Normally I wouldn't do a test on an 8-inch, but whatever. We'll see how it goes, right? Oh. So there's only one dot of Josonja in this whole thing. Let's see how she does. Okay, so we have ballet slipper. I'm gonna put a lot of paint because I want it to show through. We have the cypress green, which is the same as cobalt teal. I have some shimmer. Okay. I have pool party. Okay. I don't think my cake spinners even. Hello. Okay. I have mermaid. And Southern Ocean blue. Okay. Are you ready? We're ready. My cell activator is Australian Floetrol, titanium white. Let's give it a go. Okay. All right. Not bad. I'll sit while it is taking kind of not a long time, but I can see it's taking slower to form cells than normal. But I keep dropping. These outer cells are cute. Big cells in the middle, which I'm not really used to. And I'm wondering if the Josonja helps create tighter cells. I mean, it's not bad, but these are very big cells. I know some people love big cells. I don't all the time. I want to like choose what I want when I want. You know what I mean? Okay, we're starting to. Let's clean up. So, it's okay. It's not popping the way I want it to. So therefore, what the difference is there's no Josonja in those colors. So we're gonna compare, and I'm gonna add just like a touch of Josonja to the colors that, I'm just gonna move this in a bit, to the colors that I didn't add to. What? Sorry, this is like on top of something. What's your problem? There we go. All right, good experiment. It's not horrible, just nothing, it's not great. So let's put her to the side, and I am gonna go back and add Josonja to just like bloop, 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 bloop. That's all I did, just like bleep. You see, just like that much. Let's see if that makes a difference. Still kind of thick, but I've already added a bunch to that. And that's the fun part about kind of experimenting, although, goodness gracious, have I experimented over the years to perfect what I wanted to achieve. And then it was stolen away from me. So I guess we're back to square, not really square one, but you know. Okay. I put in a bloop of Josonja. Okay. And now we do it all over again. And we shall see if that makes any difference or not. Okay, pillow paint. Now again, my pillow paint can be just giving us a little problem just because it's so hot here, but we'll know immediately if that made a difference, right? Ho hum, ho hum. This reminds me of being in this room 4 years ago when I started blooming and no one knew anything about North America and what to do. And we definitely put on our scientist hats back then. That's why I have the triple thick here from 4 years ago. And that could be the problem too. It is 4 years old, but I mean, whatever. I don't even remember the crazy concoctions I've tried. Okay. The other thing, it was so simple. Just bloop in the Behr, bloop in the Josonja, right? But now we gotta like think about it, do different thingies, you know. Okay. I don't like that it's like so. All right. Ready? We're doing her again. Definitely better. You can see tighter cells, right? I'm still gonna get the big cells in here though. But, I mean, and to be a true scientist, which I am not, as you know, I should have done one just with the Josonja and the 8300, but that's what I've kind of been doing. It's fine, it's just lackluster. I'm enjoying this much better. Right? Oops. Cute little cells. So, turns out Josonja does make a difference. Like, it's still doing weird things in the middle a little bit. But it's definitely something to play with. Like, I don't hate it. And if you have some of that Behr left over or by accident, something you can try. Do I like it better? I'm not doing another one, but I was going to say, do I like it better than my mix with the Dynasty and triple thick? Oh man, am I going to have to do that? That's what a true scientist would do. It's not bad. I like this better than the first one I just did, but now I'm going to have to do it again on an 8-inch with the other paints to really compare. But better. I still need to spin it a bit. Okay, what I'm gonna do, fine, I'll do it. You convinced me. I'll do another quick one with my mix from my last video, which was the Behr Dynasty and the polyurethane and Josonja. I'll do a close-up of this after. Okay, let's just get right to it, right? Have them sitting out here. The first one isn't bad, come to think of it, but it does look a touch better with the Josonja. I'm also very sweaty, sorry. Okay, we're just going for it. Ballet slipper. I mixed these up yesterday. This one. Oh, I'm just being crazy now. That's not a good idea. I should really drizzle these things, but okay. 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 I don't know, my spinner is like on the run here. Okay. Let's see what your problem is. Let me just go like this. Okay. I'll fix it later. Let's just do this. Don't want to waste your time. Okay, ready? Immediately better, I think. The cells come up quicker. I shouldn't say immediately better. Cells coming up quicker isn't always better, but it looks more tight. That's not to say the one I did was bad, but this is looking good to me. I'll just spin and wait for that white to get big. So there. You know what I mean? I guess I'm now preferring personally the Behr Dynasty, which is a shame. I mean, I could play some more with the 8300. I'm just gonna spin this around a little bit because I didn't exactly, you know, I just put like a dot of Josonja and more triple thick. I definitely think adding the triple thick helps rather than just going plain. This isn't bad. Just try not to get paint everywhere. But you'll see. Okay. So I'm going to do close up for you. Okay. And I should do a side-by-side comparison too. Okay. The first close up I'm not even going to do the very first one we did with no Josonja. Okay. So this is nice, right? The first close up we're going to do is with the Behr Varathane Josonja. The second one is 8300 is the first one, Dynasty's the second one, because they're both Behr, so I don't want to confuse you. This is cute. It's still running in the middle, though. So I gotta keep spinning and try not to get paint everywhere. Well, I hope this was informative. I don't know if it helped that much. It helped me, actually. So, it was good to see that Josonja does help. And also to compare with my new favorite, pouring medium, you know, to the other one. Okay, let's get to the close-ups. Let me know what you think. Which one did you like better? Okay, bye. Okay, so just so you remember, this was the first one we did, no Josonja. This is the second one we did with Josonja compared to the Behr Dynasty. I mean, this one is fine, right? But this one's better. What do you think? Thoughts? And there you have it. Have a good day. Bye.